All right. We have the good news and the bad news. The good news that men are going to have the male pill. That means when we don't want to get the girls he's, expecting, we can do it. On the other hand, it may be the end of civilization and the people as we know it, because guys are not going to get entrapped anymore by the ladies wanting to have the babies. So we all know that sometimes the pill don't work. Oh no, sometimes the condom snaps. But often women want the babies. The unconditional love of the ladies it goes with having some babies, and they want unconditional love from the kids. That's the truth. 100%. It's the truth. And a lot of times the man is a sperm donor. But they also want to get a little reciprocal support from the guy. Well, ain't gonna happen no more. Because we got the pill and it don't make you ill. It don't because they did it before, they had the pill. But the pill didn't work, or did work too well, because all of a sudden you didn't want to do the hoopy doo as much. You weren't engrossed in your sexual prowess. Now it works fine in mice, at least rats. Oh my goodness, that's a good thing. It's a very good thing. So, ladies, you're not going to be able to trap us anymore. I'm sorry. Sorry. They're going to complain. They're like crazy. They're going to go out of their minds. They can't stick holes in the condoms no more. Ah, Paola, AOC, cheapola. She did that thing where she's you eat the rich or, make them pay their taxes or whatever. It's the same thing. You're taking a person who was producing and you're sucking them off. And not in a good way, if you know what I'm saying. Of course, she had that $1,000 dress. She could have just worn a white blouse, but she had to get the expensive shoot. Yeah. And she didn't pay the people that she was supposed to pay. And these are little people, well, relatively little people who are, they those expensive blouses are not exactly for little people. But the point I'm making is this. AOC's a cheap older, she's a phony, and I think she's Preco. I think so. Her little Irish boyfriend, he inseminated her. Yeah, I believe so. That woman is doing the hoopy doo out of marriage. Oh yeah, you gotta know it. She has red fingernail polish. It used to be if you did the hoopy doo, you had babies outside of marriage, not so good. Not a more enlightened situation, but congresswomen should get married. If they're doing the hoopy doo. And she got all belly, and she got the boobs getting bigger. No, and getting fat. Although she's a Hispanic lady, and they tend to get fat. The refined beans catch up with them eventually. I'm not sure, but that the whole way her body's shaped, you know, what I'm saying. Don CUAU. The Don is doing what do they call it? When they attach a price to goods and services sold in Europe and elsewhere. What do they call it? My brain's not working. It's late at night. What can I say? Anyway, this is very good because the liberals and the communists and the captains of corporations want the American taxpayer to pay for everything. So tariffs. That's the word I'm looking for. The tariffs. He's putting tariffs on everybody. He's warring with everybody economically, and he's putting them in their place because they need us. Oh my God, on the food. Oh my God. Yeah, yeah. That's brushing the teeth. I'm telling you that Donnie he's gonna win. He's gonna turn the whole economy around. In order. No in order. We're at wartime. We're at war with everybody. And we're gonna win it economically. It's dependent on us right now. No and order. You know what's happening? This was a racial incident because they always say, that when white people hurt black people, that's racial, and when black people hurt white people, it's okay. That's what a lot of mass media says. Well, anyway, we had one of our white lunatics. He bit and headbutt two black policemen. He bit her. She showed her arm here. Can you imagine? That is a case of some good police brutality that should be infected. And used to, they have the tasers. They should have the billy clubs. Hit him in the kneecap. Anyway, the lunatic who did that, who had a record, he shouldn't be out in the street anyway. He should be in a padded cell. That's where they used to put him. Now, you can kill somebody as long as you're walk. It's okay. That's not no good. That's no good. Now, this is crazy. Bannon was going to try years ago to redeem Mr. Jeffries, his reputation with the young girls. Bannon. There's certain people you shouldn't go side with. Now, you may say, hey, look, Epstein wasn't that bad. The girls weren't pubescent. They were in between a womanhood and a childhood. That's 14, 15, 16 years old. Now, all of a sudden, when they get 18, it's okay. Then he's just a dirty old man going after gold dust. Let me tell you something. And then depending on what state you're in, it's legal, not legal, whatever. And this is how I feel about the situation. I think he was dabbling in the pubescence. He's a perpet. And probably the whole thing was a CIA front or a Mossad front or some corporation that was trying to basically blackmail everybody. That's what he's doing. Terrible thing that went on there. And he had such this organization could buy so many people off. They killed somebody and he killed them in himself, strangled them to death. We all know it's happening. And the only reason Trump isn't coming out with everything because he feels that once they went after these guys, the whole system would collapse. Also, he needs the publicity for his own endeavors, which are very successful, by the way. And he's probably using all the blackmail against these rich old bastards too. So they cooperate. Might as well. And Christian Tell-All. Oh, this is the lady, the man. Well, she Tell-All. She Tell-All was on the list and not on the list. I don't know. We know Clinton was definitely on the list, and Hillary got her election. Yeah, but he's not on board with it yet. He's gonna buy this time, Mike Trumpy. They have, they have here a hot spot that is the waiters having they're harassing people, they're harassing each other. They're doing cocaine in between surveys. And there's famous people like famous actors all going there. And they're done of iniquity. It's a restaurant. You're supposed to eat food. You're not supposed to do cocaine. The waiter's not supposed to do cocaine. And then in the morning, you're not supposed to grab people by the butts in the restaurant. You can scooch them, and they drop the spit. EU holds back aid to Ukraine. Now, Ukraine, the people of Ukraine are very brave. They're fighting off the Ruski hordes for 4 years now. They've been fighting them off. That's very impressive, very impressive, very impressive. On the other hand, the Russians are winning the battle of attrition. In the meantime, the certain amount of the Ukrainian government are corrupt. The comedian who runs the jokester, he's tamping down on the guys who are going after corruption. And they're friends of his. And they also people who put him in the power. Now he's Churchill with I think little itchy fingers, a little money he's gonna come from there. But he's a good man. I have to tell. A brave man, fighting for his country. But he might be corrupt though. After all, he's a politician. Talk about corrupt. Press is gonna go after Oprah and the Reverend Al. We also got kickbacks from the Bidens. And then Guava and Reverend Al, he's been crooked since before I was born almost. No, when I was a kid. I'm no young chicken. He was getting a little graft from the Harris administration and among others in the Biden administration. And Oprah made a killing on the land deal. She's buying up all the property in Hawaii and not giving it to the people when she's giving it to herself. That fat pig is after nothing but no good. She's supposed to be a terrible boss. Her girlfriend should service her a little more. Okay, madam, come clean. Yeah, well, she come clean in time. Well, they've taken out that list. They showed her in prison. She got a big box. She's writing down all the names. She good at names? Good at names? Yeah, she wants the K. Paul Floss pardon for testimony. And what they want to do, she wanted to get a pardon. And she was the girl Friday of Epstein. And give the list of all the people who were doing the hoopy dope with the young girls. That's what she wants to do. I don't know. I don't know how to feel about that. But better to get 100 pedophiles and devil worshippers than one madam. She's not bad looking woman for her age. She's 50, no, she's 62. Well, good. Not great. But when she was out in the field with Epstein and all that, she looked a little younger. Starting to deteriorate a little bit. Maybe the corruption is catching up. Appealing, you know what? Women complain too much. Can never satisfy you. They complain if we're too nice, then we're ice cream, and they if we're too nasty, then we're sour cream. Let me tell you something, woman. You don't bargain yourself. Once you lose your body, that's it. This is over. It's over for you. They have they're trying to put a good thing on the change of life. They call them menstrual cougars. Like you won't ever go out with an insane woman who can't even give you babies. Let me tell you something, ladies. Maybe you should go lesbian on this for a little while. We could do without you. Yeah, we'll do our video games. It's a lot. Well, that's what we'll do. Justin was blind to the violence. For sure. We were living in a dictatorship by the liberals for 4 years of hell. Now we're living in democracy. You don't like it, do you, liberals? You're burning people, roasting politicians and everything else. It's not gonna work. Not gonna work. I'm telling you. Outgoing income. Outgoing what I wrote down there was doing damage in NASA. Doing damage in NASA? What the hell is that? Hazy, hot, and smoky. Hey, we're getting like a lot of burn and things from Kennedy. Because they don't do their forestry there, and they let things, a lightning bolt hits Canada and it burns up everything. Then we have to deal with their pollution. And an overrated country, let me tell you something. Dopey down spray pies. Well, they're dopes. They don't know what a woman is, they don't know what a man is. They want 100,000 million illegals to come in the country and no borders and no concept of America. And these people are not even loyal Americans. They're invaders. Invaders, I tell you. It's worse than illegal. It's an invasion. It should be taught like that. They're trying to separate Marco from what's his name? Vance. Trying to fight. The man's vice president. He's going to be the guy who goes to be president. Now, Marco, the Cuban, would be great as vice president. The first Latino vice president. That's real and a great man. And but he's white. Well, he's a Cuban, and they're practically white. They're pretty close to it. Yeah. Yeah, they have to think they're white. Yeah, then why? Wait, you're gonna get color scheme in there. You're gonna go, oh, let me go, you see a word. I'm pretty white. I'm about as white as you can. I'm on the alabaster disaster. Obama, he's trying to keep Trumpy from being president, effective president. So he threw the book at him, and then there was no book. It was written by Hillary, that book. Obama, you should be doing time. But Obama and Trump even said it. He could say keeping the president undermining the country by saying there was a Russian plot which Mr. Trump was in on, and impeachments and all that cabal. It's a cabal of industrialists and Mr. Obama. But Mr. Obama, your time is up. You got no influence now. You're passe, my friend. You're passe. Can't be president again. But Marco praised Vance. They're going to be a team. Two-man team. Liberal progressivism is a cancer in the fight. From the right, climate is no such a thing as climate change. It's called the weather. And I remember when I was in my 20s, which was about 40 years ago, believe it or not, was a good face, as a baby face. They had hot summers all the time. There were 90 degrees for 2 months. It broke me because I usually don't crumple over hot weather. I'm a pretty tough guy. But I crumpled. I don't like that weather. Oh, go away. And I'm putting them, this whole planet should be on fire by now. Then, yeah, Don, Don, he said the president owes him. He owes him. Now he owes him because he got immunity for things you do while you're president. The Mr. Trump he did. So they can't impeach him for doing his duties as president. They can't, even though treacherous Obama, they say he wasn't a Muslim. He's a secret Muslim. He may not have been born in Kenya, but his heart was in Kenya. Born in oil. Grown and out 300. Oh, yeah, grown and out 300. Well, I don't even know what that is. Yeah, if you probably couldn't believe it. There were questionable people that in Trump's administration. Bannon wanted to redeem Epstein. Maybe he didn't think he was going after that young woman. I don't know. And you go through what you call the borders, and the border says, "Hey, this guy is not so bad. He's not so bad. He yeah, but he's pretty bad." It's like you go from a state to state. If you get permission from the parents, you can do the hoopy doop with the 14-year-old. It's true. In the South, they still got those old laws from 1860. Then, if you go to France, apparently the French president could be seduced by his transgender wife, slapping her around. You're something. Ah, Mino Lago Junior Flash. Eh, I don't know what that means. Pacifist is nice with that. A pacifist said, "Hey, I'm gonna help the refugees by what you call help the refugees by smashing ICE agents with ice with stones. ICE agents are doing God's work, getting these illegals out of here. It's true. It's the pacifist. Let's make you real pacifist. Bang, 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 bang." Jasmine Crockett, the classy lady of Congress. You know what I love about her? She's faking the ghetto. She's a fake ghetto girl. Now, Maxine Waters, that's a real ghetto gal, but not Nano. She's actually well educated, but she can do a little improvisation of cursing around, being jazzy, and maybe she'll be her and Hunter Biden will go as a team. That would be nice. The ugly truth. The ugly truth. Joel. Yeah, she's putting down what you call AOC, and Bernie was saying the Arakaki is a threat. People don't even know what that means. Arakaki. The hell? Say the big shots, the money lenders. So, a huge win for energy sanity. Yeah, we're gonna drill baby Bill. That's right. We're gonna use our full energy to damn the environment. The environment's okay. It'll take care of itself. 2 million, including 400,000 criminal migrants, or as I say, invaders, or I say the legal criminals. Throw them out. 2 million, you get rid of 2 million. All of a sudden, 1 million have vacated themselves, and the other ones, look, if you're a criminal, you came in this country for no good, put them in the gulag at Acapulco. Oh, we should make our own and off the Aleutian Islands. Right now, we just deport them. That's not rough enough. Yeah, we got, there's certain things I want to local law in the Constitution, like cruel and unusual punishment. I like cruel and unusual punishment for these people. Drown them in ice cream, vanilla ice cream, telling tales, and it's old that time. And it's the tales from the Bible. How about that? All the robots, they can really have to make believe they're human beings. Very frightening. Booga booga. You got a deal. You got a deal there. Yeah. AOC's whole neighborhood is turned into a prostitution den that she never goes to because she's a I don't want to say the language, but she is. She's a phony, she's a baloney, she's gonna be a rich girl, very millionaires, and she'll be part of the 1%. What I hate about these communists, they want everybody else to be in poverty but themselves. A phony baloney. CIA, we're part of our guys are getting on top of the swamp and whatchamacallit, your basic evidence, finding evidence, and they're destroying the evidence to a certain extent. They're destroying evidence. You understand what I'm saying? Riley from Colbert becomes punchline. You know why? Because there's supposed to be hundreds of thousands of dollars, hundreds of thousands of people to rally in the street to keep Colbert on air. Now, Colbert is not on air no more because he was losing $50 million a day because nobody's going to see him no more. It's passe. It's over the hill. If he was good and he did a balanced thing of comedy instead of making a political show for the liberals, he would have made it. Like Gutfeld. Gutfeld is great. He's funny, and he attacks on both sides. I like the Gutfeld. The poor Israelis being framed by the UN. We should get out of the UN already. For God's sakes. Take the building and turn it into a condom. That's why I said no. And yeah, she's not there in the place of the prostitution then, with the drugs and the prostitutes. She's beautiful when she was young. When she was a waitress, she got out of college with her economic thingy there. Big, nice boobs, little set, tight, little dance. It was beautiful. I don't know, she fame, something. I don't see it on the internet. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Israel's got, oh, never say it. Israel gays guns. Israel is doing all they can do to not kill civilians and what you call your collateral damage. And they're trying to feed as best people as they can, but the Hamas is taking all the food and giving it to the troops and making the people starve there to make Israel look bad. So, you go into Israel and you kill as many Jews as you could in the most brutal, horrifying way in microcosm history. And you don't expect the Israelis to retaliate and get a little rough with you? Come on. We were much more rough with the Germans and the Japanese during World War II. That's true. But maybe that's the only way to win these battles. Key Paul floats pardons for testimony. to find out who are the perverts, and you know they're mostly Democrats, because Democrats tend to be more perverted than. Yeah, President book Albert justice line by for the Biden. It was, Hunty Biden, back at it. He keeps on saying he's innocent or he should have been president. And because of that corpse, we're gonna burning bastard out there. All right. I'll shut this stuff down. Here we go. Here we are. And meeting fall. Goodbye.